all right, I'm done. You know, it's having steps after that and different things depending on what this guy's gonna do. But we're just gonna get out here and move this guy, taking no shots. I'm gonna make my contact, kind of go through my progressions, and all I'm gonna do is once I get my setup, is level change, set my feet, and try to think about taking both hands to it. That's a rep, right there. But what I kind of want to see from you guys is taking a little ground and giving a little ground. What I mean by that is I make my contact, low to high, kind of pushing, torquing this guy here. I'm pulling and pushing opposite sides of the body. He's being a good partner, he's gonna react. And then I'll give a little ground, pull at an angle, clearing at the wrist, moving this guy's head here, when in this head position. There's my setup. That's a rep. We'll go 2-2, so that way we can get into it a little bit. I can even get into like my clubs underhook, but now I'm not just sitting here, right, and trying to level change. I'm gonna take a little ground, give a little ground here, maybe transition to something else. Boom, that's a rep. But a couple things that I like to do that you guys can start to warm up and play with is called clearing and replacing. Maybe this guy tries to come inside. I'm gonna clear and replace that same side. This just keeps my hands busy, it keeps this guy, you know, defensive. You know, I'm thinking about scoring, I'm initiating the hand fight, wherever it is. He can be outside, clear, replace. Boom. Steering them, pulling them, level changing, beating his head hands. Kind of get what I'm looking for? This is still a warm-up. I want to see where you guys progress to and what we're working with. You got it? Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2. Right. What I mean by that is, you know, we make contact and our ears are touching here. There's no real offense, and it happens to me a lot, especially when a guy's trying to slow me down. This past year, national finals, like watching the match, I spent 2.5 minutes of the match from ear to ear, and it's just, you know, there's no offense to be done there. So a couple things I've been learning is this guy pulls me into this ear to ear. It's just gaining space and getting forehead to forehead. This is where I want to be. I can see my offense. My snaps are a lot better. My posts are there. Something else is rolling this wrist off and holding it. Now I'm going to circle this side of the wrist here. Kind of get this guy going. And now this builds my momentum to make me pull and switch my head to the opposite side here. What I do a lot is with my collar tie, I'll switch the side that my head's on to find different things. You know, here I kind of got my shots. If I want to pull this guy, I'll put my head towards my collar tie, kind of in his temple, and circle him towards my lead foot here. Boom. If I'm looking to fake and we're right here, maybe I'll pull my head to the other side, because I mean, he's not going to respect this fake to this opposite side when I have to get through this head, right? So I'm going to pull here. Boom. You get what I'm getting at a little bit? It's playing with this, and it's going to be different for everybody, but your collar tie gets 5 times more dangerous when you open the full body up. So your partner's going to pull you in ear to ear. We're going to find our way out of it. Me, I'm looking to post, clear, or I'm scraping this off and circling towards this here to pull, get my head in this temple. He fights back in. I might pull him to my elbow right here, touch this leg. Now I'm giving up ground. Here, replacing my hand. When you feel this guy want to interact with you again, it's a good time to give up ground. So as we're clearing this ear to ear, now we're taking ground. I clear this position. I can't pull right now. We're kind of in the standstill. I'm taking ground. Here, he's ready to wrestle now. Now I might give up a little bit. Here, to get him on his toes. So let's go pull each other ear to ear and either post to make this long and snap, or we're taking it off and circling to that side. We good? Let's do it. 1, 2. Actually get, especially in those big time matches, semis, finals, conti semis, whatever it is, it's stuff I've really been doing since middle school. That, you know, you change it a little bit once you get into high school, and then you change it some more once you get into college, but it's the same technique, same approach. It's my style, right? So this is something that I like to do. It's a penetration step I've been doing a long time. But again, it comes from my contact collar tie. So my backhand collar, we're gonna make contact, and I'm looking for a couple things. I make contact, this guy comes over, I'm right here, overcollar. This is what I want, right? This is a window, right here, he's on my elbow, same thing, this is cool with me. The only thing I'd have to clear is a thumb block, right? And all I'm doing there is snapping this wrist and replacing. Guys, humans are creatures of habit. So if I pick up that read too, he's thumb blocking me, and every time I clear, replace, this comes back up, that's something I gotta pick up, right? Mid-match, maybe film, watch it before the match. That's something that opens the shot up. But we're gonna make contact, partner's gonna overtie. Boom, he overties. Now the way I set my feet is 3 feet in a line here. See, I'm on my toes. If I let go of Jackson, I'm almost falling forward. Here, like when I do this shot, my stance of motion, I almost have to post with my attack hand because I'm so loaded up. If I load on my heels here, he feels that coming, that pull out to end. So when I make contact, I take almost a jab step with this back foot and load this front foot up here. I'm attacking this lead leg. I'm driving over my toe here, reaching inside here. Boom, opening this window. Now this is slipping out. Now my left knee's coming up and I'm changing knees and my head's following in this hip. Here. My head will normally make contact when I hit that first knee. It's hard when I'm taking it slow. I make contact, I set these feet. You see how none of my heels are on the ground? This is where power comes from, right? So now I'm almost falling forward and my head, I turn my ear almost away from the shot. So my left ear is gonna be hitting right here, inside reach. Here. Now my left leg circles around and we change knees. The idea behind this shot is coming in to this guy, it almost feels like a high crotch, right? I set my feet the same way, I penetrate the same way, it's just my head turns, right? High crotch is here, my knee pull, it kind of feels the same here, but we disappear right there. This knee change, this guy's gonna take this leg back and try to sprawl, right? As it happens, I change these knees and beat this corner. So what you see a lot of times is you'll shoot in on this guy, he thinks it's a high crotch, he goes to sprawl, and he like belly flops, and you're already at this angle. So again, backhand's making contact, low to high, here, boom. I feel this overcollar come, 2 jab steps, boom, boom. Off my heels, now this back toe's loaded. I'm not here where I can't push off it. Knees bent, hamstrings ready to fire. Hitting this knee, reaching in, here. Knees change, hands lock, right here. We'll get into some finishes, but it's gonna feel a little awkward. It took me 2.5 years of my high school coach yelling at me until I got it somewhat right. And I'm still working on it, right? So let's play with it. You got any questions? See it one more time. We good. One more. Backhand's making contact, touching the mat beforehand, coming up here. His partner overties, jab stepping, line this feet up, 3 feet in a line. Now I'm kind of opening this window up here with my left ear hitting. Changing those knees. I know we're gonna go out there and some of you are gonna step this leg first. You're gonna wanna come here a bunch of different ways. This is the way that works for me. And I've kind of changed it here or there through my college career, but taking some really good guys down with it. Again, this all comes from my backhand contact. I'm making contact, my partner's gonna make a collar tie on the opposite side. Here, I'm catching this wrist. This is my attack hand. I was talking to a couple of you about it. We wanna keep it free. This hand's our most active hand, right? If we make contact, I can't get this tied up. Then we're just hanging, right? It's not where we wanna be. So, usually I keep mine down, here, boom, I'm catching this wrist. Now I'm in the dominant position. This is where I wanna take ground, right? So I'm gonna push, and what this guy's wanting to do is put this back on my head. And you can kind of feel that, but again, you're in the dominant position. So you decide when this goes on your head, right? So I'm pushing here, boom. This comes on, and my hand's gonna slide down in a fist, right? The V blocked up, my fingers are pointed up. I'm wrestling this guy, I can move him here. This comes on, my feet are set. Again, I'm on my toes. This comes on, fist is made here, and now I'm pulling everything together. Head and elbow here, and now my feet don't move. It's just a pivot. I pull it in, and then I'm just getting out of his way. I got him coming into me, I'm just gonna take him where he wants to go. What I mean by that is as he's coming in, I just get out of the way. Here, hip to hip. It's not a crazy step, moving this guy. This comes from pressure. I can't do this move from staying still. That's why once I get this collar wrist, I'm taking ground. I'm pushing. He decides to start wrestling, boom. Now I'm pulling everything to me and getting out of the way. Here, get my hip to hip, wrestling my feet back. One last time. Making contact, low to high. He comes up, I'm catching this wrist. And now we can take ground either by getting head position like we talked about earlier, same side as my collar tie, here, and pushing into him, or I can wrestle this angle here and bring it back here, pulling, pushing. I'm trying to make him look bad right here, right? It's early in the match. I might be chasing that first stall call, walking him down, right? I make contact, catch this wrist, walk him down, here, boom. He starts wrestling, this is, boom. I'm deciding this comes on my head, right? I keep it up here, you feel this pressure down, this fist gets made and slides. It's wasted time. Here, wrist off the wrist. Now I'm pulling everything towards my chest on the same side, here, and just getting out of the way. Boom. One more thing I want to talk to you about is it comes down, right? I'm pulling my slide by down, but sometimes we end up in this rear standing. It's something I've kind of started implementing this year, was we're not unlocking our hands until we hear that 3 points, right? If this guy starts going down and I let go, he rolls or whatever, here, now it's a scramble. When it wouldn't have been locked hands, I don't have a takedown yet. So I get in this rear standing and he goes to roll. I'm not breaking my hands. Here, I'm keeping, ref goes 3. Now I let go, right? That's just mat strategy. Being smart when we're wrestling. Getting that takedown, keeping those hands locked. And if we hit this move in overtime, we're never unlocking our hands. As soon as we score that 3 points, it's over, right? So let's secure that takedown if we do get in that rear standing. Any questions? We got it? Again, you can't do this move without pressure. So we gotta take ground. He decides to start wrestling, boom, we feel that pressure back, pull him into us, and get out of the way. Just take him where he wants to go. Let's do it, 1, 2. Now how to attack here. What I'm looking to do is get a pull and kind of get this foot to step, but all my pulls come with setting my feet. I'm never pulling, then setting my feet and attacking. I'm pulling to set my feet. And what I mean by that is I'm attacking this side of his body, so I'm gonna pull, load my back foot, and get off my heels here, and now I'm popping this and trying to beat this elbow. What we have to beat here is this elbow drop. If I pop this, and exactly, this is what we're trying to beat right here. So we have to get under. Once we get in this tricep area, we're golden. Here, see how I'm letting this, I'm almost pushing this back behind me. Instead of popping this up, it's kind of coming back at an angle here for my sweep. He collar ties, boom. I'm pulling to set my feet. Boom, boom. Now, it's almost like a wave, right? It's not super stiff. I'm pulling down, and as he comes back up, I'm going. Boom. Here, hitting our sweep. Collar ties. Again, I'm riding this wave. I'm just taking him where he wants to go. I pull him down, boom, pop, to my sweep. And my favorite way for him to win this inside, or for him to get his collar tie, is to let him. What I mean by that is I catch this wrist, right? Now we're back in the same position, pushing into him, to my sweep. One more time. I collar, I catch this wrist, push it into him. Now I'm pulling. You see how I'm changing this collar? It's not drop, come here. My hands are both on his head for a second. Wrestling here. To our sweep. One last time. Again, I collar, I catch this wrist, push, pull, to our sweep. Let's try to get this footwork down. Then I got something a little fancier that we'll do leading up to this. You got it? 1, 2. Let's say 13, 14, and I'm still doing it. He's gonna ask Derek. But so I'm gonna post with my back hand to the side I want to take my Russian off to. I like my Russian on this arm, so I'm gonna post with my right hand, so I'm gonna make my right lead my back knee. If I do this on Gabe, post with my lead hand, I mean he's posting, taking me down, right? That's what I'm talking about backhanded. So I'm posting, he grabs my wrist, I'm rolling it down and stepping. Got it. Here, and now this arm comes deep in the armpit, and then this becomes my control. Here. This isn't doing a whole lot, this is doing everything. This is deep, now I'm turning my wrist, palm up. Y'all see that? Backhand, step, taking off, armpit. Pitching this to my chest and his armpit. That allows me to turn my palm up. Now I'm going to grab my wrist, right here. Again, I'm here, after throwing this in his armpit, palm comes up, finding my wrist. Now, what I see a lot of you guys do is wrestle this like this. Pull your chest away from it, kind of get hip to hip. Where I want to be is I'm going to trap this like tricep, bicep area with my chest, kind of square my feet up with them here. Just like this collar wrist, this is the dominant position. So I'm going to make this guy look bad. The worse I make him look, the more likely he is to make a stupid mistake too in the mat. Say that's the real out of bounds. I mean, walk this guy out, make him look bad. Get your stall call. Come back, do it again. Boom. Now that I'm here, again, see how I'm squared up with them? Kind of pinching this right here. I'm wrestling into him. Once he decides to wrestle, right here, again, pressure him back, I'm going to set my feet like a crow hop. If y'all ever played baseball, right? Crow hops here. Boom. In his chest, square him up, get this pressure that I'm looking for, set my feet. I set my feet to my toes here. There's no space here. When I set my feet, I don't lose this. It's tight. I set my feet. I'm just taking him where he wants to go. I got all this weight into me. I'm going to put him, plant him by this back foot here. Chase the tail, get my takedown. Backhand contact, rolls down, step, up in the armpit. This is tight. Maybe I have to hold this for a second, and then create that pressure to put it in his chest. Grabbing my wrist, right here, now I'm squaring him up. What you'll get a lot too is this guy pushing on your head and circling hard, right? Here I'm staying with it. Walking my hips in, staying with it, and now I'm gonna cut him off. He's circling, right? Boom, to throw it down. That's how I set my feet if he's circling away from me. Boom, cut him off, down to the mat. I'm trying to take it slow, it's a little hard to show. But again, he's circling away. If I set my feet here, I'm losing it. I'm anticipating the circle. Down to the mat, my square. You see how my chest comes with me? Everything's coming down. Boom. Square up, got the pressure. Set my feet down. Chase and tail or ankle. One last time. Post, step. In his armpit. Wrestling this down right now, securing this, and then it's a quick transition into his chest. Grab this wrist, bully this guy around for a little bit. Maybe I'm dead tired. I just took him down. I can relax. Being comfortable right here. This is tight. You know, I'm chilling. Set my feet, get the pressure. Ooh. Take down. You got it? Let's try it. 1, 2.